pamphlets to these thieves were like enormous billboards saying, "We've buried the king in here, and all his treasure with him." At any rate, a new plan had to be devised. That's why 500 years after the last pyramids were built, a new era of kings decided that instead of building tombs which everyone could see, why not build tombs which no one could see? "300 miles south of the Great Pyramids, across the Nile from the modern city of Luxor, is this barren maze of valleys in the shadow of a natural pyramid. Here, no thief could find the royal tombs. Here the kings and queens of Egypt would remain immortal. Or so they thought. But greed breeds ingenuity. Cleverly hiding their devious enterprises, robbers scoured the Valley of the Kings. Over time, each of the valley tombs was found, broken into, and completely plundered. Except for one.
Except for the tomb of Tutankhamun.
That, at least, is what Howard Carter believed. And if he was right, it would be the greatest archaeological discovery of modern times. But after 5 years, he still hadn't found it. And the situation was becoming desperate. Then, on the morning of November the 4th, 1922, a water boy trying to secure his jug hit an unusual rock. Sent a telegram to Lord Carnarvon in England to come quickly, and went to Cairo to meet his benefactor. But while he was away, something very strange happened. The golden bird that had brought him luck was killed by a cobra. Well, now, the cobra was the protector of the pharaoh, and the canary represents those who had entered the tomb.
So the cobra ate the canary because of the mummy's curse?
More likely he ate it because he was hungry.
I like the curse idea better.
Well, certainly the workmen believed it was the curse. The death of the golden bird was a bad omen to them. It meant that someone close to the project would die within the year. Rumors of a curse mattered little to Carter. He hoped his dig would uncover a tomb like this one. The tomb of a pharaoh named Ramses VI, who ruled long after King Tut. Carter wanted to find treasure, but if not, something just as precious. Pictures. Hieroglyphs that would reveal priceless knowledge of how the ancients lived and what they believed. These images are from the Egyptian books of the dead, passports to eternity which were buried with the mummy. To to help a dead king reach the afterlife, they supplied answers to questions he would be asked, spells to deflect dangers along the way. But preparation for the afterlife began long before death. In grand temples once supported by these pillars, among the largest places of worship ever built, the living pharaohs gave offerings as a way of communicating with the gods in the world beyond and courting their favor. Both immense and colorful, temples like the great structure called Medinet Habu were the settings for magnificent rituals that proclaimed to all not only the pharaoh's power and wealth, but his devotion to the gods he would one day join on a journey through eternity.
They sure seem preoccupied with life after death.
Yes, and probably because no ancient people enjoyed life as much as they did. There are picture stories of invention and adventure, of board games and ball games, of dance and music, of acrobats and mechanical toys, of the affection between husbands and wives, and of family unity and love. It was the most advanced civilization of its time, and it went on for 3,000 years. But the empire they amassed attracted invaders. Among the stories on temple walls are accounts of battles against outsiders who tried to conquer the kingdom of the Pharaohs. But the invading empires became more powerful, even more determined. And so, gradually, inevitably, the kingdom of Egypt began to crumble.
Well, how could a place as powerful as Egypt just collapse?
Actually, many things happened. But mostly it was the weakening of the pharaoh's power through civil turmoil, making Egypt vulnerable to invaders. Little by little, much of the pharaoh's great empire, along with its secrets, was reclaimed by the desert. But even as the monuments of Egypt crumble, the stories are rediscovered by modern archaeologists deciphering the distant past. Scholars and artists are preserving the Great Sphinx for all humanity. Research within the Giza pyramids has revealed the brilliance of ancient architects whose sophisticated designs prevented the collapse of these inner chambers and passageways. DNA analysis is helping to identify family ties of the royal mummies and to give us clues about how they lived.